Hi my super sweet crafty friends, welcome to my channel Carolina's Creations Unmade. If you're new, please subscribe and click the bell button so you don't miss my videos. And today I have a tutorial for the winner of my question for my last video. So this little guy here was the winner. I asked you which one of the tutorials you wanted me to make, and you actually said you wanted all three, starting with the first one I showed, which was this little guy. So I made a different one here. This one is a Christmas version, a holiday version, and this one is a little taller because I want to add inside a little pack of mini marshmallows also. If you want to make the bottom box a little taller like this, you just need to add a 1/4 inch to the width of that piece. And you can see I decorated the little cup wrapped around style like a kimono. It looks so cute! I also added a little bow at the top, and you can see it fits really nicely, really snug. But you can also make it so it's a little looser so you can fit your gift card inside. And this is the paper that I'm using. I'm using basil paper, and this one is the Joe Breaker. I like using sturdy paper for my boxes. Now for the little piece that would hold your cup inside, you're going to need a piece that measures shy of 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. The closer you get it to the 4 1/4 score line, the tighter it's going to fit. So if you want it a little looser, move it a little farther away from the score line. And you're going to score this piece on all 4 sides at 1 inch, as you saw me doing there. And this is what you're going to be left with. Now we're going to trace the bottom of our mini cup on the square that we got at the center after scoring. And for this one, you're going to place your cup closer to whichever side you will pick as the front, and leaving more space towards the back. And the reason is you need to allow space for the lid to fit on the back, and you're going to leave even spaces on both sides, as you see there. So you see the back is a little wider, the front is closer, and the sides are even. Now you're going to cut a pinch at the center of the circle you trace, and then cut diagonally. Make several cuts like this, like I'm doing here, and this is going to make it a lot easier for you to cut your circle out. So I'm going to give you another tip. When you cut circular shapes or uneven shapes, move your cardstock of whatever piece that you are cutting. Don't move your scissors. This will give you cleaner cuts. So again, move your piece, don't move your scissors, and you will get cleaner cuts. You can see after we finish, we're going to get a little ragged edges. Don't worry about it, because once you put your cup inside, it's going to push those little fibers in, and it's going to give you a cleaner look. So you see there how it fits. Super cute! Now we're going to cut on the score lines, as you see me doing here, to make the flaps for our little piece. And we're going to cut at a diagonal also to give a cleaner finish. And this will make it better when you fold it. Your piece is going to be looking cleaner. So cut as you see me doing there. And this is the piece that you're going to be left with. And now we're going to fold under score lines. If you're using heavyweight cardstock, don't fold too hard. Just press lightly to give it a shape, but not too hard so that the paper would tear. And this is what we're going to be left with. But we're not going to glue this yet. Now we're going to cut a piece that measures 8 inches by 2 1/4 inches. And then we're going to score at 5 3/4 and fold on the score line, as you see there. And now we're going to need a piece that measures 7 3/4 by 2 3/4. If you want the bottom of your caddy to be taller, add a 1/4 inch to the width, so it will be 3 inches instead of 2 3/4. And we're going to score at 1/2 inch on the long side, and then we're going to score at 2 3/4. Then we're going to score at 5 inches. And then we're going to score at 7 1/4 inches. Turn your piece around, and we're going to score at 2 1/4 on the short side. If your piece is 3 inches wide, then score at 2 1/2. And this is our piece. Now we're going to make our bottom and side flaps. So cut diagonally, and you're going to use the score lines as a guide, as you saw me doing there. So cut up to the score line that you have on the long side, and cut diagonally so you're left with angled flaps, as you see me doing there. And now we're going to fold on all scored lines. Remember, fold slightly, don't press too hard, because if you're using heavyweight cardstock, it would tend to rip a little bit. Once we have our piece folded like this, then we're going to glue it to our base. And this is how it will look. Super cute! But first we're going to work on the front. We're going to need a 2x2 piece of decorative paper that we're going to glue, so we leave 1/8 of an inch all around. I'm going to be using a 1 3/8 circle punch. I'm going to center it and punch around half a circle. Don't throw away that piece, we're going to use it later, and we'll save this for a little bit. Now we're going to round the corners of our taller flap. This is the holder of our caddy. And then we're going to need a piece that measures 5.5 by 2 inches. We're going to round the corners on one side, and this decorative paper is going to be used to decorate the top of our caddy. So I'll glue that part, and once we have that glued, then we're going to start gluing our bottom piece to the box. I'm going to apply glue to the center flap and glue it to the bottom of our caddy holder. Then I'm going to burnish it to make sure that the glue sets, and this is what we have left. Now we're going to fold the flaps on the sides, apply glue to one of them, and bring it up so we can glue it to the bottom of that piece. And then we're going to burnish. Always burnish to make sure that your adhesive sets properly. And this is what we're left with. We're going to do the same with the other side. Apply glue and bring it up so we can glue it to the bottom of our piece. We'll burnish again, and this side is almost done. We'll now fold the side flaps in, and we'll apply glue to both of them so we can glue them to the back. So once we have the glue applied to both sides, bring it up and adhere it to the back of our caddy. And this is almost done. Doesn't it look so beautiful? It's so stinking adorable. You guys have to tell me how you like it and how you like the tutorial. Now we're going to fit our bottom piece there to make sure that it fits properly. And if it does, we'll apply glue to all the side flaps and then glue them to our piece to make our little holder. Always burnish again to make sure that it sets in. And then we'll apply more glue to the other sides so we can glue them to our little piece. You again can make this piece a little wider or a little less wide, so you have more room if you want to put a gift card. And this is our piece, and it fits perfectly in. So stinking adorable! And now I'm going to glue that little half circle that we cut from the bottom to the top, and you saw it had an edge of the green cardstock. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply glue only to that green edge and then place it on the back and glue it as you saw me doing there. So it fits just perfect, and it will give this box an accent, a beautiful one. So I'm using this to Ghirardelli chocolates. When you place your chocolate, fold your sides in. This way your cup holder will go right in without any obstructions. And you will see here how stinking adorable it looks. Oh, so super cute. Now I'm going to finish decorating, and I'm using that hot cocoa from Starbucks that I showed you before. And I'm going to use this soft stuffies. These candies I bought at the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to fit 4 of them in there, so you can fit plenty of it. What I wanted to do also was try to just pack a little bit of mini marshmallows and fit them in there instead of the candy. You can do that too. And I cut a circle with poster board and glued it to the top of my cup along with a little bow to make it cuter. Now we're going to use an oval punch to make the opening for the holder of our caddy. And you can center it and punch. And don't throw away that little piece. You're going to need a 5-inch piece ribbon. I'm using Stampin' Up! Ribbon here. And I'm also using an 8-inch piece of hemp cord. And I'm going to use it to tie a bow in there to hold my other ribbon. And it looks so adorable. This is so easy to do. I'm going to now cut an angle to my ribbon edges so it looks prettier. And then you need to do something to stop the edges from frying. I use fiber tack. Now I cut this little label from poster board in another oval, and I'm going to raise them using foam tape, and I'm going to place it in the center there. They're looking so stinking cute, and you can see one is taller than the other. Now I'm going to show you how to decorate your cup. And I made a template for the cup and the cup sleeve. So if you're one of my subscribers and you would like it, please email me to this email address you see on the screen. Don't leave me comments asking me for it. I really cannot keep track. I have several videos that have templates on, and I actually set the email so I can keep track of who asked me so I can send it out. So please message me to the email on the screen and let me know which template you want me to send you. And also, you need to be subscribed to my channel. So please don't ask me on the comments to send you the template. Email me to the email that you saw on the screen before. That will help me a lot, and it will guarantee that I send you the template. I cannot do it otherwise. Thank you so much. And you saw there that it fits perfect. And now I'm going to show you. I'm going to trace my template to the cardstock I'm going to use to decorate my cup, and you can print it and then trace it onto a thicker cardstock and use that as your template for future uses. So you just have to place it on top of the paper that you're going to use, trace it, and then cut it around. So I'm going to cut it in here, and you'll see once it's cut, it will fit perfectly. I love this. This is so stinking adorable. So you see it has a little flap in there to glue on top. So what I do is I apply glue to one of the edges and I glue it to the back, and then I apply glue to the other edge and I glue it overlapped, and then I burnish to make sure it sets in. And I'm going to use a piece of Neenah Desert Storm cardstock. This is the 80-pound version, and I cut 2 pieces of this sleeve template, and this is to show you how you can do it with the paper crimper from Fiskars. This is usually what I use. I love the look of it and all the volume, but I'm going to show you how to make something very similar and super cute using your scoring board if you don't have this crimper tool. Score your piece at 1/8 of an inch intervals all around, and you'll be left with this beautiful piece. It has 2 different sides that look so cute. And you can see here the different pieces, and I'm going to show you also with the crimper. Since it has more volume, your sleeve will shorten, so you just need to squeeze a little bit at the edges to bring them together. Don't squeeze too much because you will take the volume from it. With the other method, with the scoring method, you wouldn't have any shrinking of your piece, so it will overlap perfectly and you just need to glue it. I only apply glue to the edges. It gives me a cleaner finish. And I'm going to use actually green poster board for my sleeve on this one. And I cut it a 1/4 inch longer, and that way I offset the shrinking from the crimper so it fits perfectly. So you can do it this way too. Now I'm using some of the paper cutouts to decorate the holder area of my caddy. I fussy cut this Be Merry banner, and I'm going to glue it on top of the label I glued before. I punch another label, and I'm going to use the oval we punched out from the top of our caddy to glue it on top of my label. I'm using double-sided foam adhesive, double-sided foam tape to erase it. This looks so adorable. I'm going to add here this little candy cane to stir the chocolate. It's just so stinking adorable. Oh my god, you have to let me know in the comment section how do you like it. I also wanted to let you know I don't recommend people use my decorated cups to drink their hot cocoa. This piece is just a container for all the ingredients that they would need to make themselves a hot cocoa cup, and they need to use a different cup for it. So I hope you guys like my tutorial. I hope you have fun making your own. Thank you so much for watching, and welcome to all my new subscribers, and thank you so much to all of you, my super sweet crafty friends, for your love and support, and I hope to see you back here soon for my next tutorial. Bye bye. Love you guys. Mwah.